In this video, you'll learn how to add different ports in Metis. This video will lead you go through how to add 3 different ports in Metis, including how to add edge port, internal port, and delta gap port. Compare simulation results of different ports. In Metis Metis platform, there are 2 ways to add ports: automatic and manual addition. Click Port Generation and select the relevant net. Once completed, the port will be added automatically. Here you can see that the automatically added ports have PEC planes on the same layer. This type of port is similar to port modeling in HFSS. Here are 3 different ways to manually add ports. The first is to add the delta gap port manually. Select the bump layer you want to add. Choose the PEC type, whether rectangular or polygonal. Select surface or bottom layer. Enclose the signal and GND together. The addition of the delta gap port is completed. Next, let's explore the edge port. Click the button and then click the edge to add the edge port. Another way is to select the bump layer metal and then right-click to add the port. You can hold down the Control key to select multiple signals at the same time. After adding the signal ports, GND ports must be added. It is necessary to find the nearest ground to add the port near the signal ports. The third method is the internal port. The adding method is the same as the edge port. You also need to add the GND port. Let's compare the differences in simulation results between 3 different methods of ports. You can see that there are slight differences in the 3 results. In terms of return loss, the differences are not too significant. In terms of insertion loss, the delta gap port has the worst result, while the internal port has the best result. Comparing with HFSS, the results of delta gap port are closer. Therefore, in scenarios involving bump packaging, the modeling method of delta gap port should be prioritized. Another way is to select the bump surface metal and right-click to add ports. You can hold down the Control key to select multiple signals at the same time. Metis can add 3 different kinds of ports in the layout: edge port, internal port, and delta gap port. They can be applied to the scenarios of signal edge injection, signal conductor internal injection, and signal injection through bump. This video demonstrates how to add different ports and compare simulation results in Metis. In the case of encapsulation with bump model, delta gap port has a perfect match with the industry golden.